Hey guys, Mark with Think Insurance, and today you're going to go through a playlist of what a homeowner's policy looks like. So we're going to go through coverage A through F, and then after that we're going to go into some endorsements and some recommendations. So each of these videos should be about 3 to 5 minutes, if that. That way you guys get the most information straight to the point. A couple things, if you guys get great value out of this, I would love it if you would subscribe, hit the like button on any video that you liked, and if you're interested in purchasing a cup of coffee for me, that would be appreciated as well. The link is below. So starting off with dwelling A, that coverage is pretty basic. It's your house. It's the physical location. It doesn't insure land, so insurance will never touch the land portion of it because there's no way to value that on an insurance portion. So dwelling A consists of the physical building, the walls, the exterior, the interior, the roof. There's a couple times where pieces are added onto the home, like a deck, and that's bolted on, just like a car. If anything's bolted onto a car, that's considered part of the vehicle. With homeowners, that's the same exact scenario. Dwelling A is including a deck, a porch, anything that's connected, the concrete patio, even though it might not be directly touching, unless there's a several foot gap, they're going to consider that dwelling A. Now there's a couple ways that companies calculate this. Not to pull you out of the series, but save the link up here if you guys want to go over what's called actual cash value versus replacement cost. We're just going to talk about the replacement cost portion of it because this is how you determine what your dwelling A should be. This is the replacement cost of your home. It's pretty simple to do. I'll put a link below to a company that I'm not affiliated with, but they give kind of averages of home replacements and home values across the state, not necessarily the value of your home. So we're not talking about if you sold your home, that's the value. We're talking about the replacement cost. How much is the lumber? How much is all of the materials to rebuild your house? If it's brick, how much does it cost to pay a guy to lay the brick, set a brick, lay it, set it, that stuff. It also includes demo. So if the house was a total loss and they had to take parts of it away, they're gonna get a charge, or you're gonna be charged to have somebody take all that material away, dispose of it correctly, and then now there's all of these updates. So you've got these different codes that when your house was originally built, they may not meet the codes today. So you've got that dwelling replacement cost amount. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate one. So I'm in the state of Michigan. The average cost to replace a home in our state is $150 per square foot. If you go to that website below, they're gonna show you, you can type in your zip code and it'll show you what your range is. It's usually on average, I'd say across the US in my experience, it's $102 to $150 per square foot. Now I know Michigan is in the above average cost to replace, but it can go way beyond that. You can be in the $200 to $250 per square foot. It just depends on the materials of your home. So if you have columns on the outside, if you have bay windows, you've got jacuzzi tubs, you've got special roof material where it's called architectural shingles, where you've got all of these upgrades to the home, that's going to increase that cost per square foot. A typical home that doesn't have the super granite countertops, the illustrious kitchen, the handcrafted cabinets, and all of that in our state is $150 per square foot. So if I had a 1,200 square foot home, we would take that 150 and multiply it by the amount of square feet that I have. Now, the piece of the insurance that you have to subtract from that is you don't include the basement. So if you have a basement, that's not considered living space. Regardless of if you have a bedroom and it's a legal bedroom or an office or whatever the case is, that's more of the foundation. And insurance companies don't take that into consideration when they're calculating that replacement cost. So I may have a 1,200 square foot above ground and I might have another 1,000 square foot below ground, but in your benefit, they're only going to consider the above ground portion. The reason that's a benefit is because it's going to give you that lower payout. You're not going to have to pay as much money for that, but it's still going to insure the house correctly. In this scenario, we're covered up to $180,000 for the full replacement cost. Now, there's other portions of this that we're going to get into in endorsements that's going to actually increase that amount. So whenever you're talking to an insurance agent, talk about the replacement cost, not the replacement cost and the extended additional replacement cost, because that's the portion that we're going to dive into near the end of these endorsements. Coming up next is coverage B. Go ahead and click the video here and we'll dive right into it.